Let him laugh, let him weep, let him yell, let him sing. All they wanna say. Let him lay me traps and men to pray to Jehovah, me I pray. Let him laugh, let him weep, let him yell, let him sing. All they wanna say. Let him lay me traps and men to pray to Jehovah, me I pray. Let I be me instead of playing games. For chasing fame, let somebody sweat the lack of flames. No, living my life to the fullest and shout out my halala to the fullest. Let my lungs out. I'm still rising up to greater heights as long as
Hello, Bonjour and Bonani. Welcome to Rise to Greater Heights Network, where you can turn your fears into greater success while seizing new opportunities. It is so significant to have a positive mindset, especially under these circumstances. So this network has the potential to completely revolutionize every aspect of your life and career. My name is Nompumelelo Rial Kunene, and I'm going to be your host for today. So if you're watching us online, please feel free to put in the chat box where you're watching us from and what you hope to achieve from today's podcast. Today, we are surrounded by greatness in the World Wide Web. We have amazing speakers who's going to share some nuggets on how to grow your brand. In Ireland, Europe, we have Brona Lyons. And in LA, California, we have Anush Kaz. And in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, we have Matea, Ellis. So at this moment, I'll just let our speakers to introduce themselves. So you can go ahead, Brona.
Hi everyone, it's so great to be here. My name is Brona. I'm a power and connection specialist. I help people with their inner confidence and also inner leadership. And I'm so excited to be here today to speak on branding, as you know, I have a big passion with business and inner leadership and how the two are combined. So it's great to be here.
Awesome. Go ahead, Anush. Unmute yourself.
Good morning. I'm Anush Khazi from Los Angeles, California. I am a resilience coach and a motivational speaker, inspirational speaker. I work with people who want to make changes and get over obstacles and challenges that they've had in life and trying to overcome them and to excel and accomplish their goals and their dreams. I work with people from different backgrounds, from executives all the way down to regular people who just basically are trying to overcome challenges in their life.
Go ahead, Mattia.
Hello, good morning and good afternoon, everyone. I'm so happy to be here and spend some time with you. My name is Matea Ellis. I am a musician, a mentor, a wellness coach, and a single mom who homeschools. Before 2020, that was my reality. So I felt very prepared last year. I feel very inspired to share a message of wellness for moms over 40 who are overwhelmed and looking for connection and joy and peace in their lives. And so that's my niche, and also reggae music. So anybody who loves reggae, that's another niche. So I'm excited. Thanks, Riel, for having us all together.
Amazing. So Brona, I have a question for you. If you happen to have a billboard, and I know what your billboard is coming your way, what will it say? Your billboard, what will it say?
You know what, I think that if I was to have a billboard, what would be important for me would be to have a message there, you know, that everyone can connect with and everyone can relate to and can really make it, like whoever reads it, really think about themselves. One of my favorite quotes is, awareness is key. So I would definitely want to have that as the overall message on the billboard, is really awareness of yourself, awareness of your surroundings, awareness of others. The more we understand ourselves, the more we'll understand the greater outside world. So definitely awareness is key, and also a message about harnessing your inner brilliance. So what makes you special, what makes you unique, and what makes you stand out. So that would be the overall message of the billboard, is to really focus on awareness and also focus on what makes you special and what makes you you.
Wow, amazing. How about you, Anush?
I share some of the sentiment with Rona here. I believe my message would be, can't is not a word. Yes, you can. Believe in yourself.
Wow, believe in yourself. I like that. How about you, Matea?
I feel like we're in such great company together. My billboard would be the third one on the row as we drive down the highway to say, seek and find the good in yourself and others.
Wow, wow, that's so amazing. So our first speaker is gonna be Brona. Brona is an international female confident coach with a background in psychology, NLP, exercise, and nutrition. Brona has dedicated over 10 years to personally developing herself in many areas of life and has been coaching both men and women of all backgrounds and age groups since 2010. Brona has coached Brona has coached in many areas, including but not limited to business, fitness, corporate, personal development, confidence, and lifestyle. Brona is an online coach working with women across 5 continents. Besides coaching, Brona has traveled the whole world and volunteering in the environment, business, and investing fitness and personal growth. She travels the world with her husband, Carl, who happens to be my brother from another mother. And they like exploring different cultures and creating beautiful memories. As the co-founder of Epic Hearts Club with her husband, Carl, Brona has a passionate about helping empaths harness their inner power in order for them to create their most epic lives by focusing on a holistic approach to growth. Epic Hearts Club coaches from multiple disciplines, whether it is health and wellness, inner trauma work, yoga and breathing, or money mindset. And their commitment is to helping you expand and become the person you were born to be. So, kings and queens, help me to welcome Brona Lyons on the stage.
Pamela, thank you so much. I'm so pleased to be here. I'm so delighted to be speaking on this incredible topic, which is branding. As you mentioned, I in my life have been in many different industries, and what's been very interesting is moving from like the fitness industry to the travel industry. I was in the cybersecurity industry for a while, then I went into the coaching industry, and all of it is coaching really, just in different ways of coaching. They were all very different in terms of branding. So from my experience, there's so much that I could talk on here today, but the key point that I wanted to bring to your listeners and viewers today is that you are your brand. So there is the personal brand, and then there's also the business brand. So what I would always say is, whether it's a business or a personal brand, you're always going to be the brand anyway, because you are the person behind the business if it is a business brand that you're building. So for example, when I was a personal trainer and in the fitness industry, I had to ensure that when I was going around the gym, but also outside of the gym, that I was my own business card. So when people seen me, what was the brand that I wanted them to see? So this is what I really want people to think about today, to really think, okay, what kind of brand is it that I want to create, or that I am creating? And what does that look like if that was a person? Okay, so yeah, what I also really focus on with clients and just in general is inner leadership. So how can you be the best that you can be? So what is it that makes you special? What is your unique power, your inner brilliance? How to harness that. Often when we are children or when we're young, we're taught how to conform and how to fit in, and we really want to fit in, and we want to be like everyone else. So we tend to suppress the parts of us that makes us different. It's often those parts of us that makes us different that's really, really special and really helps us to be the person that we want to be. So we're going to talk a little bit today about you being the brand, but then also being your most authentic and best self, and how to bring that through in your brand to really stand out as well. What's your unique selling point? So that's what we're going to speak about today. The first thing that I'd like everyone to do is to really think about and brainstorm, get out a pen and paper, get a whiteboard, whatever it is that works for you, and really brainstorm, what is the brand that you want to build? Okay, so you could talk about what kind of industry are you in. For example, I already spoke about the fitness industry. What about the coaching industry, for example? If you're a coach, what kind of coach are you? You know, what are the values that you have as a human being? What are the principles that you have? What are your missions and what's your mission statements? What are your values, your business values, as well as your personal values? If you were your own business in a human form, what would you look like? Start thinking about these things. Start thinking about, like, when you enter a room, will people know by looking at you, this is someone who knows what they're talking about, this is someone who has credibility, this is someone who embodies what it is that they're trying to build a brand around. So this is really what I want to talk about today. I would also like to give an example of someone who does this really well. I tried to pick someone who was global, hoping that everyone would know this one person. And first I chose was David Attenborough. So for anyone who doesn't know who David Attenborough is, he's an expert on all things wildlife. He's a documentary person. He's a man, I think he's in his 80s, if not 90s now. But his whole life he's dedicated to traveling around the world and getting as much information and knowledge about wildlife as possible. Like, if you haven't heard of him, I'd be very, very surprised. But the reason I'm talking about David Attenborough today is because David Attenborough really embodied himself. So he was like, okay, I'm really interested in wildlife. I'm really interested in getting more information about what's going on out there. And because he has done that, he's been able to literally transform the world through something as simple as wanting to know more about what's happening in the world's wildlife. So a lot of people would think, oh, if you want to transform the world, maybe you have to do this or maybe you have to do that. If you think about David, what he did was he looked at what was authentic to him and what made him his best self, and then he just went with that. You know, he wasn't thinking like, how am I going to be famous? How am I going to build a brand? How am I going to get a following? He really focused in on his own authentic self. And from that, from really empowering and embodying everything it is about what's important to him, he was then by proxy able to create a brand around himself and be able to create such a massive following. And because of him, we know so much about the world that possibly we wouldn't have known if it wasn't for him. So he's a prime example of what I'm talking about today. But yeah, one last thing that I'd like to speak on is journaling. So the reason I want to talk about journaling is because journaling is a fantastic practice. It doesn't cost anything. Everyone can do it at any time, at any place. And it's a really great way to offload a lot of thoughts and a lot of issues or feelings that you might be having. You're able to offload them in a safe place and a secure place, but also it opens up a lot of space for ideas and space for connecting to who you really are and what's important to you. It's a fantastic way to really connect into, you know, where do you want to go? You know, what are the next steps for you? So today I'd like to offer anyone who's watching this today a free journaling template. So I was really thinking about, for all of the clients that I've had and all of the different experiences that I've had, if I had one template with all of the different journaling prompts in it, what would it look like? So for everyone watching today, if anyone would like a free journaling template with lots of different prompts, Nampamelo will put the link up with this recording. And other than that, if anyone would like to reach out and learn more about branding or learning more about being your best self, I do have a free Facebook group as well, which we'll link below. So thanks so much.
Wow. Thank you so much, Rona, for such a timely message. You've mentioned that creating your vision for 2021, we'll have to do it, and then we'll have to step into that vision in this year. I think I'm so ready to step into my vision in this 2021 as the new year begins. Thank you so much, Rona, for sharing such a timely message. So our next speaker is gonna be Anush Kaza. Anush Kaza is an empathetic, engaging, knowledgeable, and impactful, inspirational, and transformational speaker. With his dynamic personality and innovative approach, each speaking engagement is tailored to the specific audience. Anush delivers a resounding high energy message to help the audience stay mentally resilient as they work towards achieving their goals and dreams. And also as they work towards facing life's challenges and fight through adversity. He connects, empowers, and inspires others to strive toward reaching their destination and their definition of success. His mission is to help others identify purpose in life and to take the action needed to help them grow and push forward. So, kings and queens, help me to welcome Anush Kazan.
Good morning. Thank you. It's good morning here in California, so it's kind of early for me, but I'm being surrounded by such great speakers, and especially following Brona, it's a tough act. So, but in talking about branding, what is a brand? Is it a logo? Is it a slogan? Is it a celebrity status? Is it an image you portray, what you wear, the car you drive, or where you live? The answer to that is yes. Is it your website? Yes. It is a combination of all of those things. And when you talk about a brand, a great brand is something that people have confidence in. It is something that people remember. They like the name, they like what it represents, they like the quality of the product or service that you may be offering. And over the years, and oftentimes over a long period of time, it can become a great brand. To build a great brand, you have to be very conscious of the image. Anything that you do, anything that you say, anything that you're doing to your brand. So it's important to be conscious of that. If you have the same product or service as somebody else and you have a great and successful brand, you'll be able to get 30 to 40% more for your product or service than the other person because of your brand. Look at coffee. You can go to a coffee shop here anywhere and pay $1.50 for a small cup of coffee. You go to Starbucks, and for the same small cup of coffee, you're paying $3.50. That's the power of the brand. Because you can sell anything at a price above market rate when you have a strong brand. So anything that you do to improve your brand, to strengthen your brand, it's going to help you down the road. What everybody should understand is that at the end of the day, brand is what wins. It always has, it always will. So if you do something to damage your brand, you're damaging your business long term. It's everybody makes decisions. That's how they make decisions on a brand. It's hard to imagine how many decisions people make on a daily basis strictly on brand. Tylenol versus the generic brand. Maybe the same content. When you build a brand, you're building a leverage. Many businesses get $1 million accounts just based on brand. When you build a brand that's maybe even just a logo, and you do it right, then you can really take off and you can grow massively and be really recognizable. Think Nike, swoosh. Anywhere you see that, you recognize it. As an entrepreneur, a coach, a speaker, there's nothing that's more leverageable than a brand of your company, of your business, or as yourself, as your individuals. Every businessman or business person or an entrepreneur should be aware of self-branding. Self-branding is basically marketing yourself. You are putting yourself out there. It's important to market everything associated with your business, with your practice, and that includes you. So it's important to also realize that many people will buy something from you because of who you are, not because of the quality of your product or what you're offering or what you can do for them. A personal brand is built on relationships. People buy from people who they like, trust, and know. Even if a potential client is excited about your product or service, much of the decision is going to be based on you and how you portray your brand. There are 3 steps to building a profitable personal brand. It's your visual identity, it's your verbal identity, and it's your value identity. Now, visual identity is basically your physical or digital business card, is your banner on your website, it's your posters, it's your headshot, all those, and including how you portray yourself outside. To capitalize on your visual identity, you have to get yourself noticed. So that is where the design of your logo, the design of your website, the design of or your digital assets or whatever it is that comes into play. They have to be memorable and easy on the eyes. They have to be pleasant, and people have to remember them. Remember, less is more. Sometimes if something gets really too busy, that your design gets too busy, it can be confusing and becomes less effective. Look at big brands like Amazon. Okay, it's a curved arrow, for God's sakes. But it represents a smile, right? It's memorable. People remember that. Look at Federal Express. Now it's FedEx. Colors are red, white, and blue. Simple, short, people remember it on white trucks. Look, United Parcel Service, UPS, big brown trucks with gold lettering. Simple to remember. Walmart, it's an orange asterisk, for God's sakes. It's not difficult to remember. It's easy to remember and people remember. These are brands, successful brands that are successful because their design and logos are recognizable and they're memorable. People remember them. Verbal identity is your expert title. I have a friend who's going in the process of branding himself as his country's top fitness coach. That is his expert title. Being considered an expert in your field carries a lot of power. And anything you can do to bolster that is going to help your brand. There's no better way to boost your self-brand in the marketplace than strengthening your that portion of your brand, being an expert in your field. Next is your value identity. Value identity is your pricing, which should be aligned with your brand positioning in the marketplace. Are you the Gucci brand or are you the Walmart brand? They both work, but you have to decide where you're going to be. And that perception that you create, the perception of your brand is what drives how people are going to react to your brand. Why? Because perception is reality. In a marketplace, people treat Gucci and thinking about it's a high quality, where the Walmart brand is just that. Where some people get caught, they try to fake it until they make it. That's where everybody gets caught. When they try to place somebody on the internet, in the marketplace, other than who they are in real life. This is why it's important to be authentic. You have to come from a place of integrity. Be who you are. Don't try to act like George Clooney if you're Mr. Bean. Okay? That's the bottom line. Be who you are. If you can't sell yourself authentically and earnestly, you can't sell your product or a service, doesn't matter how good they are. Make self-branding part of your life. It is who you are. Give your image a lot of thought. It's really critical to success of your brand. Now, your self-image and how you feel about yourself affects the perception of your brand. For the audience here today, I'm going to offer something that's going to help you develop a strong self-confidence, self-image, which comes from self-development, and that is a free gift. It's a book on personal self-development and personal growth. The link will be provided later, and you can go to that link and simply just download the book, and it will help you in developing yourself and developing your self-image and your brand. Thank you.
Wow, Anush, you've said visual identity, verbal identity, and value identity of a brand can help you to grow your brand. It can help you to grow your business. That was really, really profound. Thank you so much for such a timely message. So our next speaker, we are coming back to Edmonton, Alberta, where it's like, I know many people, they think it's cold here, it's freezing cold, but today we have a sunny day. So we're going to have Matea Ellis. Matea Ellis is a health and wellness speaker and musician. She offers a unique approach to success, wellness, and living life authentically, peacefully, and joyfully. Among many accolades for her teaching of music career, Matea has been awarded Global TV's Women of Vision, University of Alberta's Alumni Award of Excellence, and a Juno nomination for Reggae Recording of the Year. Matea is a homeschooling mom of two beautiful girls and makes her home in Edmonton, Alberta. So, kings and queens, help me to welcome Matea Ellis.
Thank you, Rael, for a beautiful introduction. Kings and queens and my colleagues, I am so grateful to spend some time with you today. I feel that a lot of the what Brana shared and what Anush shared so far is so important. The bones of branding that I'll share are very similar. I'm going to take a little bit of a different approach. I hope that you will humor me because I'm going to tell my personal story to my brand. My intention is that you will find little hints along the way in my story that help you to see that you probably already know your brand if you take a look at your life. So I personally think of myself as an accidental entrepreneur. So when I hear words like branding in the past, I would think, oh gosh, I don't know what that is. And I would kind of turn it off because I thought I probably won't understand what any of this is about. And so if you're having that reaction, if you're thinking, this is too big, I don't know what I'm doing, forget it, I can't brand, I invite you to just take a deep breath here with me and know that there will be something of value in here for you, and possibly might have a game changer for yourself, your business, and your life at the end of these conversations. So first, I'll start off with what is branding. Branding is a promise to your clients and customers and potential audience that what they see is what they get. Whoever you're representing yourself to be online or in social media platforms shouldn't be a disconnect from you if they were to meet you in person. So truly, when Brana said awareness is key, I think that is true. Like being aware of me, who I am really, and then feeling comfortable to share that person in my branding is the connect that we're looking for, the authenticity. And it's what makes you different, right? And a lot of people will be watching thinking, well, I'm just a fill in the blank. I'm just a housewife. I'm just a office worker, I'm just a teacher, I'm just a nurse, I'm just a doctor, I'm going into frontline workers for some reason. We all have a unique personality, and we all have a unique lens on life. So that starts to give you some hints for that you're not just a fill in the blank. So your brand is derived from who you are, who you want to be, and who people perceive you to be. So here's my little journey here. My intention as a child was that I wanted to grow up and be a teacher and a musician. I had a firm belief that that's who I was, and had a vision for how my life would be, and then I wanted to be a mom. So those three things were who I thought I would be. And every time I would take one of those personality tests, or the career tests, it was like public life, like politics, or even in the ministry, you're doing religious speaking, and also business. And I was thinking, that is so far from me, forget it. But I kept getting that result. Looking back, I know I had a lot of leadership roles in school, council, and with music and things. But when I did graduate from high school, I went to school, I became a teacher. I started teaching high school, I started a band, became a musician, then I became a mom. So I did the things that I thought I would always do. And then came a year that just tossed my life up like salad in the cartoons when it goes flying up in the air and you just hope it all lands in the bowl. That year was a transformational year for me. It took my life in a completely different trajectory. So many things happened that year that I won't go into all of them. But one of the most incredible experiences I had was my stepfather being diagnosed with terminal cancer, and he was given 7 months to live. And so I remember that was a moment that I felt deep regret, because I had been a really naughty, very mouthy, bratty stepdaughter. I had not been kind. I had been resistant to him even as an adult. And I thought, oh my gosh, he's going to be gone. So we spent the next 7 months getting to know each other and forgiving each other, and having this really extraordinary unfolding of a friendship. And as he neared the end of his life, he made a promise to me, because I really started seeing that I wanted to kind of heal and help and be of service. And he promised me that he would visit me in birds and butterflies if he had a capacity to do that. So we had that promise. And then after he died, we went on with life, and I was in a touring with my band, and we went to Winnipeg, which, if you've ever heard of Winnipeg, I know everybody's probably seen a commercial about Winnipeg. We were driving from where we live in a van. The van was breaking down all the way to Winnipeg. The band was stressed. We were headlining a show, and we were supposed to show up and be, whatever, in some headline capacity. When we showed up at that thing, we were so tired, we were sweaty, we were stressed. We got out of the van. There was a crowd waiting in the festival grounds for us to set up our instruments. We were setting up, sweating. Felt like crying, and we're plugging stuff in, and all of us got on stage, and I counted 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think everyone started a different song, because the sound that came out of our band was like, it was chaos. It was a cacophony of chaos. And I thought, oh my gosh, what is going on? So I'm standing there, I'm the lead singer, and I play the bass, and I'm just like, I kind of said like a prayer, like, please just let this work out. And I turned to look at my keyboardist, and on the top of my bass was a massive butterfly. A big monarch orange and black butterfly was sitting on the head of my bass. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I turned around, I showed the band the butterfly. That butterfly hung out for 3 songs. And then one time I turned and it was gone. And I, in that moment, realized that there are some things that that are unexplainable but also explainable. And that my stepfather had given me a gift of knowing that it's all right to pursue my passion, that I'm safe to be who I am, that I can be in chaos and find connection, and everything will be okay. And in that moment, I actually felt held and protected in my vision of myself. So what this story gives me is a way to explain a transformational moment that became who I am now. I am a person who believes in miracles, and I don't mind to share it with people. I also believe in transformation. I believe in moving into spaces where I'm uncomfortable. And that became a part of my brand because I lived it. I am it. I've evolved through it. And all of those hints along the way of leadership and being in public life have come to fruition in my career. So I want to move into, following relentlessly and directly in the direction of my dreams was one of those gifts that I got from that experience with my stepfather. My brand is that I love to speak, I love to uplift, I want to be a healer, I want to help others, I want to fierce love others, and I want to forgive. Because even the longest rifts can find forgiveness. And that became me. That is who I am. I represent myself with my personal story about me and my stepdad and how we came to that beautiful out-of-world connection. And it feeds me every day in my heart. So as I look back over my life, I can see there were little hints that I could be an entrepreneur. I wanted to sing. I wanted to be out there in the public, being a teacher. I wanted to help others. And now I can truly say that I've got a new system called the Joyful Being System. It's an international support for moms over 40 who are overwhelmed and want to find connection. And all of that I offer inside of that Joyful Being System is experiences that I have lived. So if you're asking yourself, what does this have to do with branding? It's that my life is my brand. Everything I've come through, everything that I've experienced, everything that I know, like I know, as they say, is from me. It's authentic. So this is where you can look at your life and think, well, what have I been through? What have I seen? What have I experienced? What makes my journey unique that people would relate to me? Who relates to me? People that have been through hardship, people who have lost others, people who have walked the loved ones into the death experience, people who like music, people who are moms and like kids and homeschooling, like all of the things that my life is my brand. So to finish off, I want to help you to brainstorm as Brana was giving us some ideas. So take a moment right now and write out like 3 things about you that you might find boring. Maybe you're a parent, maybe you're a librarian, whatever your career, your family situation, your personality. How would people describe you? I'm a little bit silly. I'm really spontaneous. I tend to be sort of extroverted, but truly I'm actually quite an introvert. All these little things about me, take them and have them inspire you to ask yourself. And if you can't figure out what you are, if you're like, well, I don't know, I don't even know where to start, here's some hints. Go back on old report cards. Like, go back on old coaching feedback. Go back to what people have said about you when they've acknowledged you for something, or ask. Send out 10 emails to 10 people, family, friends, coworkers, former associates, and ask, what do you think I'm good at? How would you describe me? What's something unique you find about me? And I think that you might be surprised to find common threads among all of the feedback. And you're like, oh, I didn't know I didn't know people saw me that way. But they see the authentic you, and that's who you can lend into your brand. And like Anush was saying, people can feel if you're trying to be something that you're not. So might as well just be yourself. Might as well be like, I make mistakes all the time, and I think it's better to make them in public and not try to be perfect because I'm more relatable. That's a part of my brand, I realize, but it's also just a part of being human. Like, we're allowed to be imperfect. Nobody wants to or can relate to plastic perfection. And so I encourage you to get vulnerable, stay open, and be, as you are. You are the gift we've been waiting for. You were born and you are supposed to be, and your voice is needed. And I'll finish off here by saying, proceed as if you are needed. Proceed in life as if someone out there is searching for a person to lead them through a troubling time that you have already been through. You already know the path. Someone needs your voice, and consider that to be an inspiration for you to truly just embrace yourself. I want to make sure that I don't leave out my gift that I want to offer. I would love to offer a 30-minute coaching session to the first 10 people that respond. Just, it can be business coaching, it can be personal development coaching. I would love to connect with you. I'll give Rael my link so that you can book that. And like I said, first 10, we'll have a great conversation. I wish you all the best in your branding, and thank you again to Brana and Anush for such beautiful words of wisdom. Thank you.
Wow, Mattia, you've mentioned why branding is so crucial in life. And you've also outlined it, that we will have to act as if we are needed in the community. We'll have to be the ones who are going out there to inquire about who we are to other people. How do we reflect ourselves to them? And you've also mentioned why would anyone be interested in working with me as an individual. Thank you for sharing your life experience through branding. Thank you so much, Matea. So I am gonna be the next speaker. My name is Riel, like everyone already know about me. I am an energetic professional speaker. I am also the author to Rise to Greater Heights book, which is a comprehensive guide to turn your fears into greater success while seizing new opportunities. I am also a mentor and a coach well known for encouraging many to rise from mediocrity into greatness. I believe that we're in full control of our own choices. So my title, Rise to Greater Heights, has inspired and empowered many to pursue their personal and professional passion to become go-getters. So as I wear many hats as a certified professional sales manager, a strategian, philanthropist, diplomacy protocol officer, and a commissioner for oaths, following my dreams, it gave me the reason to see my goals through and understand that I have everything around me to reach to my full potential. My everyday message is that your journey to be a better person starts with you. So knowing who you are to your core will make you understand that you have everything around you to make your dreams come true. So Hebrews 11, Psalms 27 and 40, they keep me to rise to greater heights. So to our viewers online, please feel free to put it in the chat box if you have any questions for any of the speakers today, and we're going to attend to your questions at the end of the podcast. And please feel free to share this message to everyone that is in your contact right now. You may never know who's going to gain from today's topic, growing your brand. So please do share. But before I continue, I just want to double check if I'm in the right platform here. How many of you, with a raise of hand, can say that, Riel, I have never, ever complained in life? Never, ever complained in life. Seemingly, I am in the right platform here, because sometimes in life we go complaining about everything. Or the weather is really bad today. Traffic was worse than expected. My family drives me crazy sometimes. Or the movie was really disappointing. You name it. Though whining can be a way to build an inspiration, it can also keep us from acting. And it gives excuses time to procrastinate from achieving goals. One thing I've realized is that we usually complain in the wake of a negative situation. And we tend to focus more on the problem than finding potential solutions. It's always much easier to complain than to find a solution. And individuals who whine on a regular basis, they're apt to have a bad health. So next time we'll find you complaining that, why do pizzas come in square boxes? Yes, they are round. And funny enough, they are cut in triangles. Does that sound like you? Yeah, please write this down. Grow your business, grow your brand, grow your business. You know, growing a small business isn't always easy, but growing it is often a necessity for your business's survival. And you have to put in the time if you are looking to reap the benefits. Learning how to grow your business isn't just a worthy goal. It is one of the toughest challenges many face, more especially when you're planning to get out of the 9-to-5 daily grind. But after that, it's simple, a matter of taking action and putting in the work into perfect scale. If I may ask you, how many of you have dreams and goals that you want to achieve maybe in the next 6 months? I want you, as you think about your dreams and goals, to put this down. Rise to greater heights. Rise to greater heights. Like anything else in life or in business, rapid growth doesn't happen overnight. Like Anush said, that we need to focus on visual identity, verbal identity, and value identity of our brand. Every aspect of your business deserves attention. You need attention to turn it into an income generating powerhouse you envision yourself. From employee training to marketing, there are several successful steps to consider if you wish to see your business grow. It was Nick Vujicic who once said, I encourage you to accept that you may not be able to see the path right now, but it doesn't mean that the path is not there. So you'll have to go out there and build strategic partnerships. Strategic partnerships with the right companies can truly make a world of difference in your business or in your brand. A partnership can be as simple as an informal agreement between two businesses in complementary markets to refer clients to each other. Way Mattia, she said that we should know the reason why will anyone be interested in working with us in the first place. So if you're a trusted advisor in your industry, you can just craft your unique combination of strategies to share your knowledge. All you need to do is to chase after success, good people. It's so funny, my mom and dad, they gave me this beautiful name, Nompumelelo. Nompumelelo, in my own language, it means mother of success. So you can tell that I am really, really challenged to chase after success. You really don't have to see the whole staircase, but you need to take the first step to get to the top. Like my mentor always say that you don't have to be great to get started, but you'll have to get started to become great in life. So get started and maximize social media. Without a doubt, social media is a powerful tool to promote your business to potential customers. Your business must have something that it is passionate about in order for you to gain valuable insights through social listening. So, good people, this is a wake up call. I'm telling you, this is a wake up call to grow your brand. But when that alarm clock goes off, don't ever hit the snooze button. Don't be like, I will wake up in the next 2 minutes. I will wake up in the next 4 minutes. You know what? Forever is a long time. Why don't you wake up, get going, and participate in networking events? Invest your time to build your networks. Trade shows can be a great way for you to grow your business. So if given that chance, just join these networking events. As flight attendants always say that put on your oxygen mask first before you assist the next person to you. Because if you don't, you and the other person you're trying to help could possibly go down. So networking will allow you to build relationships with other people, and trade shows draw people who are already interested in the type of product or services that you want to offer. It was Bronner who said that create your vision for 2021 and then step into that vision. Bronner, I am ready. I am so ready to step into that vision that I've already created for this year. So networking is a great way to connect with people. You can powerfully improve your bottom line and encourage them to refer customers to you through word of mouth. Because my everyday book, it says that two are better than one because they have a good reward for their labor. So networking, I think networking is so crucial for us, like for everyone who wants to grow their brand. And also hosting your own event can be a perfect way to grow your brand. Like hosting your own event or a webinar can be a great way to get to know your customers and promote any product or service. Depending on the type of event, the need to track expenses under a microscope can inspire creativity that results into an event full of guests and moving parts. You start with just a vision, like Rona said, and a vision and a budget, it can just lead you to an amazing, amazing, successful event. Then you turn it into an event your attendees will remember for all the right reasons. So I remember when I was in the 8th grade, I was nicknamed Phoenix. I was nicknamed Phoenix by my English teacher after writing a composition and using that idiomatic expression that says, I rose from the ashes like a phoenix, meaning I became successful again. So my English teacher, honestly, she didn't know that Phoenix resonate with me, the person who I am today. And Phoenix also aligns with my destiny. Phoenix also aligns with my name because Phoenix, it means that to become successful again. So for those who doesn't know the phoenix bird is a Greek mythological bird believed to rise from its own ashes after being buried hundreds of years ago. This immortal creature, it acquires new life by rising from the ashes of its own ancestor, which represents our capacity for vision and success. Like today, we're talking about vision and success and your goals. So when your world comes crashing down, just wear your scars and show how a phoenix feels like to die from inside. And trust in your capacity to soar from your own collapsed ruins. Since the phoenix has to burn first and experience pain before it rose from its own ashes. So when you consider an event to grow your brand or to grow your business, you know that not everything runs as you planned. And you have to face various challenges running, like organizing an event and running that event to be a successful event. But if you've ever organized an event planning is a huge task. And this rule states that on the outside of you, you should look calm and peaceful, but you know exactly how you're feeling inside. So even with events, when they are done right, they are a successful technique of marketing. They are very, very successful technique of marketing. So I wish you can tell yourself that, you know what, since all the speakers have shared knowledge on how you can grow your brand, but in order for you to grow that brand, in order for you to make that difference within your business, you've got to be hungry. You've got to be hungry like the hungry lion in the jungle. That hungry lion in the jungle, it doesn't matter what kind of animal comes his way. It doesn't matter if you're that giant elephant or that small squirrel by the jungle. All that hungry lion sees in front of his face is lunch. It's lunch to that lion. And it's so funny because even with elephants, when they see a lion, what they do, they run. It's all about their mindset. They already told themselves that I'm a lunch to that lion. So each and every time when I see a lion, I'll have to run. So I believe that's the mindset that we need in order for us to grow our businesses or our brands. Please write this down. Write this down in closing. Resilience to greatness. Resilience to greatness. If I can be honest with you, I don't know what goals you've set maybe for the next 6 months, but here's one thing I know about you. You are destined for greatness. Inside of you, God has put seeds of excellence. Those seeds are supposed to grow and flourish, but many people have become crippled by their past encounters, and some have stepped over other people to get to the top. But I believe that God has better plans for every one of us. Your objective is what you were designed for and the reason why you live today. With God, I believe that we're all destined for greatness as long as we follow his strategy. This is when the growth commences because discovering your gift and following God's idea will make you understand that you have everything around you to make your dreams come true. My everyday inspiration is Ellis Brown, who once said, if you had to die today, at this very moment, at this hour, what dreams, what ideas, what visions, what goals, what talents, what skills, and what books will die with you? And he also continued that the richest place on this planet is the cemetery, because that's where all the goals, all the visions, all the talents, all the skills have been buried. I don't know about you, but with me, this message gave me sleepless nights. And I am really, really proud today to introduce Rise to Greater Heights book before you. This is a comprehensive guide to turn your fears into greater success while seizing new opportunities. It is so significant to have a positive mindset, especially in this COVID-19 pandemic. So this book has the potential to completely revolutionize every aspect of your life and career. And by the way, the legend himself, Mr. Ellis Brown, he wrote the foreword in this book. And you can get this book for a family member or a loved one who just need that inspiration to face the world with a positive mindset. And you'll be able to explore leadership, empowerment, being purpose-driven, mentorship, coaching, resilience, greatness, mental health, emotional intelligence, single parenting, and many, many more topics, including spiritual growth. So I also have a free transformation guide for you. It's available on my website, www.risetogreaterheights.com. This transformation guide can turn your fears into greater success while seizing new opportunities. You know, growing up, I didn't have much because my father decided to have an early departure from this planet Earth. But I had everything because of my mama's love. And I love you so much, mom. So I think whosoever said that the sky is the limit was wrong. From today on, I, Nampumelelo Riel Unene, believe that the sky is our point of view. So let's all rise to greater heights. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, our amazing speakers. So at this moment, please feel free to share your final thoughts on how to grow your brand. And also, like, if you forgot something like on how the viewers can stay in touch with you, please feel free to share with them. I'm just gonna check if we have any questions. So any speaker can just jump in and share your final thoughts. And if we have any questions, then we're gonna respond to those questions.
Again, I just want to say thanks so much. And it's fantastic to hear all the wisdom from yourself, Nampumelelo, and also Anush, and also Mattia. All of the talks today were so different, you know, but at the same time, they're all the same message as well. You know, how are you showing yourself to your customers, to your audience, to the people around you? Are you connecting into who you truly are, to what's important to you, your authentic self, and like how are you showing yourself to the others around you? And I just think it's so fascinating. Like, branding is such a huge topic, and you could have 50 different speakers here, and they'd all say something different. But everything that you said there, Nampumelelo, at the end was just like really, really incredible advice as well. And definitely there's so much to take away from this conversation. So I just want to say thanks so much.
Go ahead, Anush.
Well, I am absolutely astonished and flabbergasted by the wisdom that is surrounding me here in this morning for me. It is, I appreciate every one of you for all the knowledge and wisdom that you have shared. And I'm sure it's going to be benefiting a lot of people out there. A couple of things that I want to just quickly add. As you're building your brand, as you're building your business, you're going to be going through a lot of challenges and difficulties. I'm going to give you the piece of advice that I give my kids. If you're going through hell, don't stop. Keep going. And you know, it's sometimes it gets hard, and you're going to tend to be hard on yourself. Don't worry about it. Things will get better. Just keep plowing forward. You got to build your business. You got to persevere. You got to trust in yourself. You got to believe in yourself. Don't quit. Don't give up. You're stronger than you think you are. That's all I have to tell you. God bless.
Amazing. Wait, Mattia, do you want to go?
Wow, yes, this has just been such a wonderful way to start the day. And I agree with Anush. There's been a blessing of wisdom on us today. And I think that the only thing that I would like to add to my share about branding is, if you are sitting with an idea and it feels small, don't compare yourself to big, massive world corporations. There are like 5 of them. So, you know, that should tell you how likely it is that you are being compared to them. You're not. Comparison is the thief of joy. It'll drive you nuts to do it. So look around you in your inner community, your circles. Where is your service or product needed in your neighborhood, down your street, in your city, town, wherever you find yourself? Because there is enough there. It's sitting right there waiting for you. And then when the time comes, it will go to the next logical step. As a musician, we always said to ourselves, we can't be superstars if the people in our town don't even know who we are. So we played a lot of local shows before we ever branched out. And then we had stability and sustainable practices and good relationships within our organization that held true when we got bigger. So the sustainable, stable business or brand that the best thing you can do for that is to create right now from what you have, and don't worry about the big guys. Just do you, as they say. Just do you. So thank you, everybody. It's been a blessing to be with you.
Wow, I just went to check on YouTube, like the comments, guys, they are just cheering us all the way. Affirmations for Growth is saying that yes, yes, speak, speakers. And Victoria is saying this is very valuable information. Thank you for sharing. And Dolly Dixon, welcome back, Dolly Dixon, by the way. She is saying that great story, Mattia, great job, everyone. And Mattia, of course, she posted that Phoenix rising from the ashes. I love it. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, amazing speakers. And thank you so much to all of you online. So I hope you've been inspired, motivated, and ready to rise to greater heights. Thank you so much for joining us today at Rise to Greater Heights. So please do join us next week at the same time, same place. Thank you so much. Merci. Siyabonga.